Okay, these properties of an orbital is expressed in terms of three numbers. That's only we are calling quantum numbers. These quantum numbers also follows the solutions of Schrodinger wave equation. So in addition to these three quantum number, we are giving one more quantum number that's called a spin quantum number. Let's see what are the first one. First one is principal quantum number. Second one, azimuthal quantum. Don't write, ma, listen. Azimuthal quantum number. Next, magnetic quantum number. Last one, spin quantum number. Here, this spin quantum number refers the spinning of electron of its own axis. So this is not much related to the Schrodinger wave equation. Only spin values, we have only two values, plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2. If the electron is moving or spinning of its own axis in right clockwise direction, we are giving plus 1 by 2. If it is in anti-clockwise direction, we are writing minus 1 by 2. Okay, just first of all write this and the definition of quantum number. Right, atom contains.
So should we write?
Yeah. Large number of orbitals. Which are distinguished from each other on the basis of shape, size, and orientation in space. Is the direction. These characteristics of an orbital expressed in terms of three numbers. In terms of three numbers called first one principal quantum number, second one azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, these numbers.
So what is the second one?
Azimuthal quantum number,
Okay.
AZI. These number also follows solutions of Schrodinger wave equation. Further, to represent the spin of the electron, about its own axis. The fourth quantum number. Called spin quantum number is introduced.
Sir,
Yes. Tell me.
you said these numbers also flow or follow, sir?
These numbers also.
Hello?
Hello.
Flow or follow, sir? Hello, sir?
Okay. Follow
Sir,
me.
below. Here, sir, yes, sir. Follow. Oh.
Yeah. Follow solutions of Schrodinger wave equation.
Done, sir.
Okay. All of you completed?
Sir, 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 2 minutes, sir. Last point.
Sir, done.
Okay. Now listen, what is the definition of quantum numbers? See, a set of 4 numbers. Already saw that as principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. So a set of 4 numbers, which helps to determine the determined to find all the information of electron in the atom, such as location of electron, energy of electron, and in which the electron is belongs to the orbital, and orbital shape, orbital orientation. So this and all we can calculate with the help of quantum numbers. So first write a definition of quantum number. Quantum number may be defined as a set of 4 numbers with the help of
Sir, should we write that?
yes, right, definition of quantum number, that is which we can get complete information about all the electrons in an atom. That is location, energy, the type of orbital occupied, shape and orientation of that orbital. Is completed?
No, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay. Next, listen about quantum number. First quantum number, principal quantum number. in bracket, it is small n because it is denoted with small n. Okay, listen about principal quantum number. Principal quantum number is given by the scientist Bohr, Niels Bohr. See, the main use of, okay, first of all, this principal quantum number is denoted with n. N values are non-zero integer, mean that is n is equal to 1, 2, 3, and so on. And these are also denoted with K, L, M, N. Like already you know this. In the atom, main shells we are denoting with 1, 2, 3, 4, or K, L, M, N we are denoting. That is only principal quantum number. 1, 2, 3, 4 like. And here n values are non-zero integers, 1, 2, 3 this. And the main use of this principal quantum number is it can explain the main lines obtained in the spectrum. Already we studied about spectrum also. Bohr's model is able to explain the main lines obtained in the hydrogen spectrum, but unable to explain fine spectrum. This is main line. It can explain main lines obtained in the hydrogen spectrum. And also another use of principal quantum number is we can calculate energy of shell. Means energy of shell or in which electron is present. Another use is we can calculate size of the shell also.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
sir, does this principal quantum number explain Lyman series and Balmer series?
Yeah. It can explain Lyman series, Bauman series. It can explain all the series. Fine spectrum, it cannot explain. Fine spectrum means further many lines will come here. That's fine spectrum. That concept was not explained by principal quantum number. It can explain. See, principal quantum number is given by the Bohr. It is denoted with n. So asking it is 2 mark or 3 mark questions asking. 3 mark question means full all 4 quantum numbers are asking. If it is 1 mark or 2 mark question means only one. Explain any one quantum number. It is denoted with 1 to n. Its values are non-zero integers 1, 2, 3 like this, and also denoted with K, L, M, N. The use of principal quantum number is it can explain the main lines obtained in the spectrum, and also we can calculate energy of the main shells in which electron is present, and size of cell or radius. So this is the uses of principal quantum number. So note down. And one more point, energy of shells is these are KLMN, right? The energy of main shells this only. So K shell having low energy, O shell having high energy. So if further cells are possible here, PQ.
So does the number of shell go till infinite?
Yeah, infinite. According to Bohr's, atom having infinity shells.
So, but the alphabet count also reduces after Z, right? So what
So
is
you
after
may no
Z?
problem. After Z you can give A1, A2, A3 like, or B1, B2.
Okay, sir.
But we don't have that many electrons to fill those all orbitals.
So why did they start with K?
K, no, might having any names, just is denoted with K only. Not K stands for nothing.
Okay.
First one, it is given by Bohr. It is denoted with N. N is non-zero integer. That is N equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Or It can explain the main lines obtained in spectrum. It is helpful to determine energy of shell and that is radius of shell. In which electron is present. So next one, maximum number of electrons can accommodate in each cell is 2n square. Maximum number of electrons in principal cell is 2n square. That is, in K shell, 2 electrons. L shell, 8 electrons. M shell, 18 electrons. Last point. Energy of various shells is K less than L less than M N O R. Denoting with 1, 2, 3, no? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like.
So, sir, in this series, O shell has high energy.
Yeah. O shall have high energy. So further shells possible, but not mandatory. This for O, P also there. Q. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next quantum number is azimuthal quantum number.
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, I am asking this,
Hmm.
like, in the number of elements discovered,
Hmm.
how many number of electrons totally are there, sir?
Oh, recently discovered element is 118th element. Names are not given. It's having 118 electrons.
Okay, sir.
So,
Other elements are possible, but those are highly unstable. Very unstable. Within fraction of seconds only, this converts to another element. Tell me.
isn't the name of 118 organism?
Ognesian, right?
Yes.
Yeah. This belongs to 18th group element. Correct. Ognesian. Bosi. Still, it is under research only. Next, azimuthal quantum number.
So should we write it down?
Yeah. Okay, listen. See, this azimuthal quantum number is given by the scientist Sommerfeld. This is denoted with L. Okay, listen. In the spectrum, we are talking about fine spectrum. Why the fine lines are obtained in the spectrum is explained by azimuthal quantum number, because in atom, not only main shells, it having some subshells also. According to Bohr, electron is revolving in fixed orbit. Suppose first shell, it having only 2 electron fine. Second shell, it having 8 electrons, right? Bohr tells these 8 electrons are revolving in the same path, 8 electrons. But azimuthal quantum number, it tells 8 electrons are not revolving in the same path. Of course, these 8 electrons belongs to same principal shell. Principal shell is L shell only. But these 8 electrons are not revolving in the same shell. Those are present in subshells. I mean, here one subshell is present, that's we are writing as a 2s. And here one more subshell is present, that is we are writing as 2p. So these are calling subshells. So these electrons are present in subshells, not in main shell. But these subshells belongs to main shell only. Because of presence of these subshells, here we are getting fine spectrum. So first I'm giving a normal spectrum. This simple spectrum, and fine spectrum means this is the main shell, right? First shell, second shell. Second shell having 2 subshell, 2s and 2p also there. So that means here one more energy level also there. Here 2 energy levels are there. If electrons are coming from these energy levels, means here there is a chance to form further some lines. The third shell having 3 subshells. So electron is dropping from this, this. So like this, many lines are applied. If you see this, suppose it's the fifth shell, it having 5 subshells. But according to Bohr is saying fifth shell having only producing 1 line in Lyman series, but actually it's producing 5 lines because that fifth shell having 5 subshells. So that subshell concept is introduced by Sommerfeld with the help of azimuthal quantum number. This is only we are telling in terms of azimuthal quantum number.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
what's the fifth subshell?
Fifth KLMNO, right?
Oh, no, sir. Subshell?
Okay, S, P, D, F, G.
Oh,
Okay, these are 5 subshells are present in fifth shell, fifth main shell.
So what is the capacity of electrons in G?
Apply 2n square formula. Apply 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 2 into 5 square. Oh, you are telling how many electrons are present, right? Only okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes,
Wait,
sir.
ma. F having 14, no, means 12 plus. We're applying the formula is
so 18, no?
14. Yeah, it having 9 subshells. Correct. It having 18. We have one formula. Okay, later I will give you in this one. I will give that formula. Yes, correct. Only 18 electrons. Correct. Tell me.
Sir, actually, when I'm seeing this principal quantum number and azimuthal quantum number, I feel that how to like the p orbital has 6 electrons maximum. Sir.
Yeah, correct.
So the second shell number of electrons minus first shell number of electrons is also equal to 6. And similarly for D and F, so like that also we can find, sir, easily.
Oh, okay. What you are saying? S having 2, P having
6.
First,
in Bohr's model of an atom, in first shell 2 will come, then second shell 8 will come, no, sir.
Yeah, correct.
So the difference of those two is 6, no, sir. So for P it's 6. Like that, I thought like that when you thought first time azimuthal quantum number.
Okay. Not being it having formulas. How many P is subshell, right? P we are calling
sir.
subshell. So in this subshell again orbitals are present. So how many orbitals are present that we can calculate? We have formulas. That is 2l plus 1 formula. 2l plus 1 apply this, we can get how many orbitals are present. How many electrons are present is 2 into 2l plus 1. Now I will give you L values. L values are very important, and it's easy. It's just simple numbers only. It is. Okay, next move to next point. So it can explain the fine spectrum of an atom, and also it gives the energy of orbitals. Energy of orbital is n plus L formula we are applying. This is also important. Energy of orbital is n plus L. We are applying n plus L rule. In the suppose 3p and 3d is there, which is more energetic, or 4s is there, which is more energetic. We are applying n plus L rules. And also it is helpful to determine the shape of orbital. And gives angular moment. See, according to Bohr, when electron is present in second shell, so consider the second shell, we have formula MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. When electron is present in second shell, we are writing 2h by 2 pi. So h by pi is the angular momentum. But Sommerfeld is given all the electrons are not present in same shell. I mean, all 8 electrons are not present in same shell. Here subshells are there, S and P. Here 2 electrons are present. Here 6 electrons are present. So electrons which are present in S subshell, it having different angular momentum. Electrons present in P orbital also it having different angular momentum. So that formula also given. This is we are calling orbital angular momentum. Formula is capital L is equal to root of L into L plus 1 h by 2 pi. This is the formula. Here we are substituting L value. We can get what is the angular momentum of S, P, D, and F orbitals. Okay, this is the use of azimuthal quantum number. Now see how to apply, how to calculate the values. For a given n value, L value is n minus 1. That is, if n is equal to 1, sorry, n is equal to 1, L becomes
0.
0. If n equal to 2, L is equal to
1.
1.
1. If n is equal to 3, L is equal to 2.
2.
If n is equal to 4, L is equal to 3. If n is equal to 5, L is equal to 4. So what this represents, these numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are represents subshell. So for S subshell, we are giving 0. For L subshell, sorry, L equal to 1 means it is the P subshell. If L is equal to 2, D subshell. L equal to 3, we are writing, sorry, F subshell. L equal to 4, G subshell. So the number of electrons are underway. Then orbitals which are present in this subshell is, actually orbital concept is given by another quantum number, that is magnetic quantum number. There I will tell what is the formula, but you must have to mind these values, these numbers. S orbital means L value 0, P orbital having 1, D orbital having 2, F orbital having 3, G orbital having 4. Fine. These having some names also. S means sharp. P means principal. Right? D means diffused. F means fundamental. So for G and H is not given in our standard levels. Of course, not mandatory also. Okay, this is only, note down only these 4 sufficient. And
So what is G shell?
G, that's what I am saying. It's not, names are not given. G, H, further subshells are present, but names are not mentioned.
Sir, do we note
Sir,
it down like this?
Hello?
Should we note all this down, whatever you have written in
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
book?
will give you notes. Don't worry. Just I am telling what is azimuthal quantum number, what is the use of this azimuthal quantum number. I'm telling you, and also it is helpful to calculate the energy of shells also.
Sir, can you show once more the derivation of the L value?
L, this we are writing.
This one, L equals root L. No, not that one.
Oh, okay, this one how to apply? Okay, listen. Suppose S orbital L value is how much?
0.
0. Substitute here. You substitute, I think everything becomes 0.
No, sir. How did you derive this?
Okay, formula
Did you
derivation
derive
is
it?
not given. No, not given derivation.
Okay.
No
Okay,
derivation.
sir.
Just we are substituting P orbital having substituting here 1 root.
So how did you relate
2h by
it
2
to? How did you relate it to angular momentum?
This is no, the derivations are not given, ma.
No, sir. You had said something, right? I missed it out. How did you relate it to angular momentum?
Which is, are you asking this one?
Yes, sir.
See,
You have written the formula also.
Actually, we are given MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi, right? This
Yes,
is angular
sir.
momentum according to Bohr theory. Okay, this was further proved by de Broglie, no? In de Broglie, with the help of de Broglie equation, we derived MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. It is proved also. Okay, here, according to Bohr's model, here N represents main shell. Main shell. So in first shell, how many electrons can accommodate? 2.
2.
So these 2 electrons having the same angular momentum, because it is N is equal to 1, no? N is equal to 1, so same angular momentum it have. Second shell, how many electrons can accommodate? 8 electrons. These 8 electrons having same angular momentum, according to Bohr's theory, but it is not correct, because these 8 electrons are not revolving in the same path. It won't revolve in same path.
In orbitals.
Yeah, here present,
yeah.
subshells are present, S and P are there. Electrons are revolving here, 2 electrons, here 6 electrons are revolving. These 2 electrons have same angular momentum, these 6 electrons having another angular momentum.
And so one more. Do all the electrons around an atom have a constant speed around the nucleus?
No, it is having different velocities. I gave
Did
formula also, right?
each electron has a different velocity?
Yeah, it having different velocity.
So there's
Suppose
a
electron present in the same subshell having same velocity. So
so
two electrons here, 6 electrons are present in p subshell, right? The 6 having same velocity.
and they go in opposite directions or in the same directions, all the 6 electrons?
Opposite, 3 are in one direction, 3 are in the opposite direction.
How so?
That's what we are giving the spin quantum number. One electron is revolving clockwise direction, and another electron is revolving in anti-clockwise direction. Sorry, like this.
So then they would collide, right?
No, why they won't?
They'll
They
have
won't collide.
repulsion.
No, they won't collide. Already their repulsions are there.
Yeah.
First they won't meet first of all, so they won't collide.
So there's no
Hmm.
constant velocity for each electron.
You can, yeah, it's there. According to Bohr's calculation, we have no 2.18 into 10 power minus 8 centimeter per second. Here n by z, I think.
That was
Okay, n by z.
Rydberg's constant, right?
No. I gave velocity formula. See, velocity of electron in Bohr's
Okay.
orbit 2.18 into 10 power 8. N by z, or I think z by n is there.
So this was the constant value. Was this
Constant
proven
value.
wrong?
Here we are only changing. N value changing, no? Shell number changes, its velocity also changes.
So this was proven wrong, or was it right? It
Right,
hasn't
only, it's
been
okay.
touched.
It's okay, it's correct. Bohr proved energy and velocity, angular momentum, and angular momentum is somewhat wrong because of it having some other orbitals also. These are correct only. Velocity, energy is measure. Energy, quantized energy. He introduced the quantized energy concept. That's what further proved by with the help of Schrodinger wave equation also. With the help of Schrodinger wave equation also, we are calculating energy of electrons. Those also quantized values. Almost both are same. For hydrogen atom, it is same. If you go for the other elements, the repulsions are existing between electron and electron. That's what here we are observing some we call. I mean, that's what only we are following approximation methods. Some errors we are observing. We are not getting accurate values. We go for atom which having more electrons, more than 2 or 3 electrons.
Sir,
And-
the distance between two adjacent electrons keep changing, right then?
Yeah, changing. Because electron is not following fixed path now to determine. That's what it is changes.
So that position cannot be determined by uncertainty.
Yeah. That's what uncertainty principle is introduced. That's why only electron is not revolving in the fixed position. It is always in wave motion and also not fixed position.
So in that way, even velocity can't be defined, right?
Velocity we can define.
But then
Not
uncertain-
accurately. Here, that's what I'm saying. Not accurately.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we are writing no delta V. Uncertainty in velocity.
Yes, so that's what I was asking.
Velocity also some there is some uncertainty.
And so I have another doubt. I should have asked this earlier, but so can you tell the difference between momentum and angular momentum?
Okay, momentum, linear momentum, when particle is moving in linear motion means one directional, one dimensional. We are simply writing mv. If particle is moving like this, momentum of a particle we are writing mv. Suppose particle is in angular motion, momentum we are writing mvr. Radius also we have to introduce.
So this is what 3D motion or 2D?
This is 2D motion. 3D motion we have to take integration values. That much deep is not given at 12th standard level. It's giving in IITs and MSc level giving. There we are writing different formulas. Dou square by dou x square, double integrals we are giving, and dt. Here we are writing psi values. So by solving these formulas, we can get angular momentum.
Okay, so
For 3D, that is for 3D. Sorry, we have to give triple integral, not double integral. Triple
so
integral.
momentum in 3D motion is also called it's also called angular momentum.
Yeah, angular momentum.
Okay.
Okay, then Okay, here I gave for a given n value, L values are for SV is equal to 0, P is equal to 1, D is equal to 2, F is equal to 3, and G is equal to 4. So the number of possible orbitals are actually that is given by another quantum number. If n is equal to 1, only S subshell is possible. If n equal to 2, up to P means S and P are possible. If n is equal to 3, SPD possible. If n is equal to 4, SPDF subshells are possible. With this and all you note down in one tabular form, you can remember easily. Right. First point about azimuthal quantum number.
So the number of the shell will give us the number of subshells.
Yeah, if equal on. If n equal to 1 means 1 subshell. 4 means 4 subshells. And which subshells are present? If n equal to 4 means SPDF only present.
So you'll be giving that table, right?
Yeah, I will give you table. You can remember easily that table.
Okay.
First point. It is given by Sommerfeld. It is denoted with L, small l. It helps to explain the fine lines of the spectrum. The number of subshells present in the main shell. Helps to calculate angular momentum of electron present in subshell. That is angular momentum. Better to write orbital angular momentum. Is denoted with capital L, orbital angular momentum, root of L into L plus 1 h by 2 pi. Helps to calculate the energy of various subshells. N plus L. gives the shape of
Sir,
yes. Tell me.
sir, you told that Newton laws won't work in microparticles, no, sir.
Yeah.
Then angular momentum is in terms of Newton laws only, no, sir.
Yeah.
Then how?
According to that's what I'm saying. That is for applicable for mainly only for hydrogen atom, not for all the atoms.
Okay, sir. So angular momentum is only true for
Hydrogen
hydrogen
atom.
atom.
Yeah, it having only one shell. Electron is revolving in only one shell, and its NH is equal to sorry, not 2 pi r is equal to n lambda. That's what for hydrogen atom only it is accepted.
Okay, sir.
So we can calculate the energy of other element shells also, but some errors are coming. It's completed.
It's the last point. Sir, done.
So now for a given n value, L values are given n value. L value is n minus 1. That is, if n equal to 1, L is equal to 0, n equal to 2, L is equal to 1, n equal to 3, L is equal to 2, n equal to 4, L is equal to 3.
So is this the
5, L
eighth
is equal
point?
to 4. Yeah, right on right point. So L is equal to 0 means, yeah, yes, subshell.
So I thought we already drew this diagram. We wrote all this.
Already written this one. No. Same only, we are writing possible L values also. 1, this is 0, that is equal to yes. S means sharp. 2 is 1, it is P, principal. Diffused. Diffuse. Fundamental. GH, here names are not given, not mandatory to write also. Possible L values, here only 0. 1 means 0, 1. Here 0, 1, 2. 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally, draw this small diagram. Place is not sufficient. N equal to 1, N equal to 2, equal to 3, N equal to 4. So here only S subshell is possible. Here S and P. Names also there. 1 no, 1S. This is 2S and 2P. N equal to 3.
So should we draw that?
Draw this. N equal to 3. These are L values, okay? L. 3 subshells are possible. SPD. SPDF.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, the distance between these subshells are increasing or decreasing, sir?
From that is decreases. Even subshells also decreases energies.
Even shells also, sir?
Yeah, cells also.
Okay, sir.
So,
Hmm.
will the distance between orbits
Decreases. In between consecutive shells, energy decreases. Even subshells also energy decreases.
So,
Yes, tell me.
will the distance not increase between the
Distance.
subshells? Because it moves away from the nucleus, so the energy decreases. So, will it not, distance increase?
See, energy increases. Generally, when it is moving here nucleus, here energy increases compared to first shell, fourth shell having high energy. So electrons which are present in fourth shell having high energy only, no doubt. And here also, compared to S, P having higher energy, D having higher energy, DF having very high energy. The energy of subshells belongs to particular shell. This is the order. Belongs to particular shell. Suppose these are belongs to fourth shell. This is the order.
Sir, what does energy relate to the atom, sir?
Related to atom. See,
Yes,
here
sir.
atom energy we are not calculating.
Then why do we say energy?
That is electron present in the orbit. Here orbital orbit energy we are calculating. We don't calculate atom energy.
No, sir. I'm saying what does orbit's energy determine to the atom?
See, actually electron Bohr theory is saying electrons are present in main shell, but actual electrons are not present in main shell. Those are present in orbitals, right?
Yes, sir.
Those energy we are calculating with the help of n plus L rule. This is a simple number it gives. If you calculate n plus L rule, it gives simple number. Highest number means higher the energy.
Sir, what's the unit, sir? Unit.
Okay, units, energy units joules only we are giving kilojoule per mole, but here numbers we are indicating. So you don't give any
Yes,
unit.
sir. Okay, sir. To represent how much energy is there, no, sir?
Yeah, yeah. So higher the number, higher the energy. If we want to calculate in kilojoules, and that we need to go again Bohr's formulas. Completed. So last point also note down this. For a given main shell or for a given principal cell, for a given principal cell, energy of subcells is as follows.
So what is the approximate distance from a nucleus to the first orbit?
First orbit we calculate 0.529
Okay.
angstroms. Okay, then completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now right subheading. Next quantum number is magnetic quantum number. Magnetic quantum number denoted with m, small m, not capital M, or m suffix L. Okay, see about magnetic quantum number. See, this quantum number is given by the scientist Lande. The main purpose of this magnetic quantum number is we know about a Stark effect, and one more is there, Zeeman effect. Anybody can tell definition of Zeeman effect? Zeeman effect.
So for a given line spectrum, when electron transits from higher energy level to lower energy level, when the spectrum is kept under electric field or magnetic field, the lines divide into further
fine lines, means splitting of line is taking place.
Yes.
So spectral lines are particular, they are split into further lines. That is because of when we applied a magnetic field, that is explained by magnetic quantum number. See how it is explained. When an electron is revolving around the nucleus, actual electrons are present in orbitals. So when electron is in motion, it can generate electric field. So if electric field is there, obviously there some magnetic field also generates. So now it's clear. Here some magnetic field also there. When electron is revolving around the nucleus, some magnetic field is there. Now we are applying external magnetic field. External magnetic field we are applying. When external magnetic field is applied, the electrons which are present in the subshells, they are oriented themselves in the space. Those only we are calling orbitals. That means if you see p subshell, it having 3 subshells, we can calculate. My formula is there. It having 3 orbitals. This is px orbital. No need to draw, just listen. This is py orbital. Pz orbital. So actually electrons are present in these orbitals. These orbitals are belongs to subshells. These subshells are present in main shell. Okay, when magnetic field is applied, these orbitals are oriented in the space. Because of that orientation only, they introduced actually electrons are present in orbitals. Before also we introduced the concept of orbital. Wherever the probability of finding the electron is maximum, that is calling orbital. So here these orbitals having direction. So this shows directional properties. So here totally p having 3 orbital, px, py, pz. One orbital is it's in one plane, x-axis. Another is in y plane. Another one is in z plane. So you have to see in 3-dimensionally. Like this. So now the electrons are present in orbitals. With the help of this magnetic quantum number, we can calculate how many orbitals are present in each subshell. So in one given subshell, the number of orbitals are 2l plus 1. For a given subshell, number of orbitals are 2l plus 1. Now apply S value. Yes, for S subshell, L value is how much? S subshell L value
0.
0. Substitute in that formula.
1.
Only 1. So S having only 1 orbital. P L value
1.
1. So total here comes 3.
3.
Those 3 only this. S not giving, it is a spherical shape. It not giving any orbital. Only it's saying it is a S orbital. It is a spherical shape only. Like this. Only 1 orbital. P orbital, it having 3. Px, Py, Pz only those. Next D. L value.
Write this.
Hello?
Are we supposed to write this?
Wait 1 minute. Later I will give you points. Those points note down. If D L value is 2. So here comes 5. So those 5 are dxy, dyz, dzx, dy square, z square. Finally, dx square, y square. This is dz square. So 5 orbitals are there. Next, F, number of orbitals 7. G, 9. Okay, not mandatory. What is the name of this 7 and only you need to learn this. What is their names and shapes also. Next one is, now we know how many orbitals are present in each subshell. Now how many electrons are present in each subshell? How many electrons are present in one orbital?
So 2 times the number of orbitals.
Yeah. One orbital having only 2 electrons. That's what number of electrons in given subshell is. 2 into 2l plus 1, correct? Substitute here L is equal to 0, S orbital. Here comes only 1. So 2 into 1. Only 2 electrons can accommodate in S subshell. Then P subshell, already 3 orbitals are there. This gives 3 and it into 2. 6 electrons can accommodate in P. D, 5 orbitals. 2 into 5, 10. F, 14 electrons can accommodate. Okay, and here mainly we have to give orientations. So I said no, when a magnetic field is applied, the electrons present in the subshells are oriented in the space, correct? So those orientations we have to write.
So when is the formula 2n square used?
That is in main shell. Number of electrons are present in main shell. If n is equal to 1 or n equal to 2 or n equal to 3, here we are applying the formula 2n square.
Okay.
Okay, you can calculate here the total number of electrons in subshell becomes equal to the 2n square formula. Now we're talking about orientations, right? So for a given L value, possible M values are see how to write. L is equal to 0. M becomes what? I didn't write M formula. This is only M is equal to 2L plus 1. L equal to 0. M is equal to
1.
Are these only orientations? L equal to 0. M equal to 1. Only one orientation, that is orientation is 0. I will tell why do we give 0. Next, L equal to 1. M becomes 3. So 3 orientations are possible. That is plus 1, minus 1, 0. Next, L is equal to 2. For a given L value, M values starts from minus L to plus L, including 0. We have to write this. For a given L value, M values starts from minus L to plus L, including 0. So here L equal to 0 means 1, that is only 0 orientation. If L is equal to 1, so minus 1, plus 1 and 0. If L is equal to 2, M values here comes total 5. What are those orientations? Starts from minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. 5 orientations came now. Here write this 5 orientation. Minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1.
So what exactly is this M orientation? I didn't understand.
I wrote previously here orbitals, P having Px, Py, Pz, right?
Yeah.
Those
So what
we are
is
indicating the symbol. So Px symbol we have to indicate here 1 plus 1. Py means minus 1. Pz means 0. Orientation, in which orientation, in which direction those orbitals are located in the 3D plane.
Yeah, so axis, like the point where, okay.
That's previously we said no, quantum numbers means we are using the simple numbers. We don't use any big values, energies and directions and angles. We don't use anything. Simple numbers only we are representing for the orbitals. For L equal to 3, M becomes
7.
M value 7. So what are the 7 possible M values? Starts from minus 3, ends with plus 3 and including 0. So minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. That's all. These are only possible
So what is the possible Px, Py, Pz values over here?
Px here was one number is giving Px, suppose Px means we are giving plus 1. Py giving minus 1. Pz means giving 0.
So then for those, like there are 7 values and there are 5 values. How do we give that?
These are actually given based on node and nodal plane concept. I will give that concept in next class, node and nodal plane. The help of this concept we are giving.
So do we write that table down?
Yeah, you have to write. I will give you later, you may write. So now we got how to give the M values and possible M values.
Yes, sir.
For a given N value, we can write how to give L values. For a given L value, M values are this. And possible M values are orientation of the orbitals is this is. S orbital orientation is 0, we are writing P orbital plus 1, minus 1, 0. And P orbital, these are the orientations.
So minus 2 also comes P by Y, like it means P by Y. Minus 2.
P, Y, yeah, minus 1. -1 that is.
What about -2?
-2 not possible, no? P orbital, how it is possible -2? Only +1, -1, 0 only. Because see what I wrote formula for a given L value, possible M values are -L to +L including 0.
Oh, okay, sir. So out of, for example, we take M value as 5. So out of those 5 possible outcomes, any 3 will be the points of X, Y, and Z.
What? For a given?
Like for 5, we have written -2, -1, 0, +1,
Yeah.
+2. So out of these 5 outcomes, any 3 can be the values of X, Y, and Z. Is it?
No. Here we have 5 orbitals. What I'm saying is 5 means d orbital, right? See, you got M value 5 means L is equal to 2. 2 means d orbital. Sorry, d subshell, not orbital, d subshell.
Yeah. Okay.
I said d subshell having 5 orbitals. That is dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square y square, dz square. So 5 came, no? That 5 orbital orientations are this.
Okay.
So P having M value 3 means L value only 1. L value is 1, M value is 3. So it having 3 orientations, -1, +1 and 0. -1, +1, 0. 3 only, 3 orientation. That is Px. Okay, later we may give how to Py, Pz. That's 3 orientations. Okay. Right, first point. This is given by Lande. It can explain the splitting of lines in magnetic field, or it can explain Zeeman effect, means splitting of spectral lines. So it is denoted by M or M suffix L. For a given subshell, bracket L. M value is M is equal to, or M suffix L is equal to 2L plus 1. For a given L value, possible orientations of orbital. Orbitals is -L2 plus L including 0. number of electrons in given subshell is two into 2l plus 1.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
And then lastly, take one tabular form. So here given L value. L value means orbital. What is that? Sorry, subshell. Then M value. Possible orientation of orbitals. Suppose L equal to 0. M is equal to, formula. M is equal to 2L plus 1. So M comes 1. Possible orientation only 0. Possible orientation, we are applying this formula. L equal to 2. M value becomes 3. Possible orientations. So here L equal to 0 means S orbital. That's also note down. We won't get confused.
Sir,
This is
L
P
equals
orbital.
1, sir.
Sorry. L equal to 1. So this is S subshell. This is P subshell. So possible orientations plus 1, minus 1, and 0. So here note down, this is Px, Py, this is Pz. Next L equal to 2. This is D subshell. Possible M values 5. Those 5 values are minus 2, minus 1, plus 2, plus 1, 0. So this is a dz square. Dx square y square is plus 2. This is dx square y square.
So is that x square minus y square or x
No,
square y square?
don't minus. That's not minus y square. This is hyphen only. X square, y square. Both orbitals are involved in here. That's overall we are carrying one orbital. Then plus 1 is dxy. No, dxz. This is dxz. dyz. Total 5 orientations are possible for d orbital. L is equal to 3. F subshell. Possible orientations are 7, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3. So frequently problems are coming based on quanta numbers. In every year, either CET or NEET or in JEE, confirmly asking one question based on quanta numbers. No doubt. Even totally now JEE is conducting in 12 exams, right? 6 exams in January and remaining 6 are conducting in April. So total 12 exams and 1 NEET exam and 1 CET. Overall 14. In 14 attempts, nearly 5 times are asking question on quanta numbers. And very easy, within half minute only we can answer based on quanta number questions. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Next class I will explain the remaining one quanta number, spin quanta number, then we will solve problems. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.